Oh, Ritz, you're so fancy. Okay. So if we're on the Trello board here, let's start with sellers first, because I actually kind of funny enough, I find that you guys end up having more questions on what you need to do with a listing than what you need to do with a buyer. It maybe is something that we don't hit on as much as we should or what have you. So, because it's equally as important. Let's see, this is just loading, sorry. Why is the Wi-Fi so horrible at the office? This is always my question. Oh my goodness. Let's reload the page here. Ta-da. Okay. So in this one spot, you have access to your scorecard. You have access to open to close and to the seller checklist all in one place. Okay, so that should hopefully make it a little bit easier for you guys. Now, here's this checklist that you guys can do. I'm going to open it in a new tab so that, here we go. So it's just a little bit bigger, easier for us to see. You can download this for each of the clients that you work with, or you can just operate off of open to close. I mean, not open to close, but the Trello board and just go reference it. You'll notice that there's a spot here for client name. If you download this and then upload it into like the Google Drive, then you could edit this. So you can put the client name here and then notice these are check boxes for you. Anything in green means you guys will complete it. Anything in red means my team is going to complete it. And I just realized I should not be looking up like that, Stubbs. See how horrible that is? That's no bueno. Looking at you guys here. Okay. So add your clients in command. That's going to be one of the first things that you want to do is to add your client into command. You can find right here, there's clearly I need to put my phone on mute, sorry. Focus, do not disturb people, busy. Okay, so you need to add them in command, and here's a video for how to add them in command with all their info and to add them onto the Birthday Smart Plan in command. So do that immediately when you put anybody in, because then you won't forget to do it down the road. Then the next thing is to create an opportunity. Now, remember that when you're on a team, you have to add the contact under the team and you have to create the opportunity under the team. So let's go look really quickly. I hate when that stupid thing pops up. You know how mad that makes me. Okay, so let's go into command really quickly. And because Tyler's right here, let's go into his account. Okay. And let me just show you the things that you need to check. So he's going to want to click on his name in the top right corner and then see how it says Coaching Team May. If he clicks on that, then you're adding the contact and you're creating the opportunity under the team. See how it says Coaching Team A under his name. Then you come over to the left and you hit the contacts button, and that's how you add somebody under the team. Okay. There was a contact loading problem the other day, but I think that's all fixed. Ritz, have you seen that it's fixed? No? Ugh. Ritz, don't tell me these things. Add the contact here, but that's just with a bulk upload. You should be able to load individual contacts just fine. So you'd say add a contact, yada, 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 put in all their information. Then you come over to the handshake, and that's how you would create an opportunity for them. Then when you're in the opportunities, Oh, I hate the internet here. Okay, just make sure this teal line is under coaching team A, not under your individual name. That would be an individual opportunity. You can do your case studies under here because then they're not shared with the team. But any deals with the team, you're going to want to put under coaching team A. You can see Stubbs has his 2 deals in here. We can go look, see his 2 transactions are in here, and see right here, we go to documents. If you guys ever want to check, look, see it's approved, approved, approved. That means he will get paid. That makes him happy, right, Stubbs? Yes, very happy. Very happy. Now this one closed yesterday. So look, it's all been submitted though, and we're just waiting for the market center to approve it. So everything's in here. Look at Carla. She did this deal for Stubbs in like 24 hours. So go, Carla, go. She's beast mode in it. Okay. So create the opportunity in command, then deliver your pre-listing packet if you choose. Here's a video on that. That's what Peter Morkel, if you go back and watch the listing presentation that happened in March, when everybody else was away at family reunion, Peter Morkel and Riley Condor, Coach Riley, did a team meeting class about listing presentations. And it was fantastic. And what Peter said is he sends a lot of the just superfluous information over ahead of time. So like his marketing plan, the benefits of using him, he sends that all over before he goes. I think it's a great idea for a couple of reasons. Number one, you're not going to have time at a listing appointment to go over all of that stuff in person. What they really want you to go over in person is the CMA and tell them what the value of their home is. That's what they want you to do, and answer any questions that they might have. So send over some information ahead of time. Why using an agent at KW is great. Why, what you're going to do for their marketing. Then when you get to the appointment, you can say, hey, did you have a chance to look over that packet of information I sent you? Did you have any questions? They can ask any questions that they have and then say, okay, my plan for today is to go over the listing agreement, any questions that you have, and then to go over the value of your home. Does that sound good with you? Yes, that's what we want to know. Perfect. Then let's go over that. Okay, the next thing, your listing presentation packet. Create a CMA. So this is essentially telling you what you're going to want to do is have that CMA ready when you go. Okay, listing paperwork. This is red and green because there's many, many things that are considered listing paperwork. You're going to take the exclusive right to sell with you. Do not ever go to an appointment with a buyer or seller without taking the paperwork with you. I cannot tell you how many times agents have said, oh yeah, they're gangbusters to sign. Send it to them online the next day. And then they don't sign. Get them to sign at that high. When they are at that high and ready to make things happen, you whip that agreement out right in front of you. I'd love to go over the agreement with you right now. I'd love to have you sign. Let's get things going. Let's not delay. Always have that printed and with you. Who cares if it's a blank copy, and you fill it in with them to help them understand it. I am putting 6% commission up here because that's the total commission you're going to pay. I'm putting 3% down here because that's what the buyer's agent is going to get. All of that kind of stuff. So anyhow, yes, that's great. Then my team, once you fill out the intake, my team will send the seller disclosures, the MLS input, the lead-based paint, wire fraud. My team will send all of that. Okay. So we send all that other stuff that's considered listing paperwork to get the listing going. After your appointment, send them a handwritten thank you card. That, you guys, that goes so far with people. Like, people love it. How about we zoom in? How about that? That's going to help us a little bit. If it's a referral, send the referring person a gift card. Send them $25. Send them a 4-pack of Crumble cookies. Say thank you so much for that referral. It really helps me to grow my business. All right. Before the listing is active, update the stage in command. So move them from a lead to active. We're actively getting their house ready for the market. Then scroll down here. You will fill out the listing intake and open to close. If Postmatic has your sign, they will install the sign and post. If they do not have your sign, then they will install the post, and then you can go out and put the sign on. Okay. And they will put the super on for you. The team covers that cost. For photos, put Cody Booth. The team will cover the expense of paying Cody to go out and do your photos. Oh, will you delete this one, Ritz? The get your sign post ready. They don't need to do that. Install sign writer. If you have sign writers, then you can go out to the sign. Ritz, delete this one. Get a lockbox from UCAR. You don't have to do that. At the beginning of the team starting, we had you get your own, and then, or you could rent them from the team, and then it was too much of a pain. So the team just covers that expense. So if you'll delete those two, Ritz, that'd be great. Staging consultation. If you want to have a stager come in, then that's at your own cost. Or you can tell your clients, if they want that it can come out of their expenses when they close, and that you will front that. That's called a concierge agreement. And we can get you a copy of that if you're going to do that. If you'll delete this, Ritz, if you'll just take Taylor Raymond off and put Cody Booth here. We will order your photography. You fill out the intake and open to close, and then we will set up the photography. Unless you know your clients have a really, really sticky schedule, or it's really tight deadlines, then you're going to want to reach out to Cody and set up photos with him. Schedule cleaners, carpet cleaners, if applicable, if you're going to pay for that for your clients. Have some cleaners go in and tidy up. I would recommend one of the main things, even above carpet cleaning, unless they've had pets, then for sure carpet cleaning, is windows. You guys, it makes such a difference when the windows are clean and the blinds are all up for photos and showings. It makes a huge difference. Such a huge difference. Okay. Then my team, notice it's in red, we will order the preliminary title report from title company. So that's why we need you to fill out that intake so that we can get that ordered for you. Then we will send a copy to your sellers. We will also upload a copy to the MLS so that if anybody has any questions, all these listing documents will be uploaded to the MLS beside your ERS. We will upload the seller disclosures, the preliminary title report, the lead-based paint. If there's an HOA, we'll get the HOA docs. We'll upload those to the MLS so that if anybody has any questions, they can just go to the MLS and find those. You're going to want to schedule a time for the open house. If you didn't put that on the intake in open to close, then you're going to want to let Callie or Carla, whoever's doing your file, let them know what time it's going to be. Create an event on Facebook, create your flyers. While you're doing that, we're going to be getting your listing ready for the MLS. We're going to add it to the MLS. We're going to send the sellers calendar invites and reminders for all the dates. Like, this is when your listing is going live. This is when you have photos. This is when the open house is. So we'll send them all those reminders. We will upload the listing docs to the market center within 4 days. We will link a DocuSign envelope to your opportunity. So all the documents will be in there. We will add the listing to the showing service on the MLS. That is showing time. So we'll reach out to your clients and we will find out if they have any restrictions, like maybe they have a family event and they can't show their house on a certain Saturday or a Friday evening. So we will find out all those restrictions and we will get those instructions set up. If there's tenants in the home, then it's best if you let us know what those showing requirements are going to be. Some tenants are very, very obliging. Like Lane has a listing right now and the tenants are like, you can show the house any day from 9 to 5. Now, I know that's not ideal. We'd love to show in the evening, but that's a lot more agreeable than most tenants are. I would recommend to your sellers, if they're an investor and they have tenants in the property, that they send their tenants like a gift card to thank them for being so agreeable. Post coming soon. Now, you cannot do this until the listing is off market. When you get a listing agreement signed, we have 5 business days to put it off market on the MLS. It doesn't count the days on market, but we have to have the price. As soon as we have it in off market status, you can start posting away about it on social media and your sign can already be up. So that's like why I said, if you have a sign writer, you can put it up. So if you want to get a sign writer that says coming soon, you could go put it on your sign so people know, oh, they're getting this house ready to sell. And that's just advertising for you. We will set weekly reminders to update your seller. Send your seller a review once all your paperwork is completed. Exclusive right to sell. This is all the listing paperwork here. You will have gotten the exclusive right to sell signed, and then my team will get all of this stuff here that's in red. So we'll get all that stuff put together for you and signed. Okay, so that's just getting it ready for the MLS. And we will have you come on, Ritz, you could even add a step here before active listing. You could add in green that we will have the agent check the listing on the MLS. So we're going to have you go in because you've walked through the home, you know. You would be surprised. We send this MLS input out to people and tell them to check it because it's how we're going to create their listing, and they won't put the correct number of bedrooms or bathrooms or that they updated the flooring. It's mind-blowing. So we have you go in and check it before we make it live. Plus we'll need your remarks. If you didn't put your remarks in open to close, then we'll need you to put those on the MLS before it goes live. We'll update the stage in Command. And then you can send just listed mailers out. You can do postcards to send it out to the houses around. Now, for a while, we weren't doing this because houses would go under contract so quickly, but houses are starting to stay on the market for a little bit longer. We're getting back to a little bit more normal of a market, you guys. It's kind of nice. Houses, the average days on market last month was 15 versus 5. So you would have time to use. Through Command, you can go in and select the address of your listing and send out just listed postcards to maybe 50 or 100 houses around where your listing is. To give you an idea, I just sent them out for Carl on a listing where he reduced the price, and we sent out 200 of them. And I think it was like around $112 to send out 200 postcards. They print them, they stamp them, everything. So it's well worth your money to send out like 50 or 100 of those and say, hey, I just listed this house, check it out. Maybe you have friends or family, or maybe you're thinking of selling your house. I'd love to help you too. So it's a great way to market, because one of the best ways to sell a house is people want their friends and family to live by them. And so that's going to be your best marketing, is them being aware that you're selling the home. Add a link to your active listing to your social media. So put that link to either, if you have your KW website, then do a single home website page where people can go and look at your listing. Let me show you what that looks like really quick so you can see that. Let me log into Robin Perry's website. It literally, you guys, it literally takes like 2 minutes. Oh, sorry, she's Robin Jensen. But let me go into my mom, Cindy's. I'm trying to remember if we created one for her most recent listing. If we didn't, then I will do it with you guys watching. So you come down to consumer. This is all your website stuff on the left-hand side. And then you would come to landing page. So let's go to landing pages. Okay, we did create it. So let me show you guys here. I'm just going to do one fake really quick. So landing page, create page. This is how long it takes to create one. I'm going to go listing, and I'm going to drag that over, and then I'm going to scroll down, and then I'm going to say lead form in case somebody is interested in buying it. So see, interested, let's talk. So we come up here. Let me move my stupid thing. And then we say configure widgets. And I click on the listing one, it says browse listings. Then it's going to say, oh, which one of these listings did you want to brand your page to? So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do MLS number. And then I'm just going to run over to the MLS real quick. And I'm going to log in and I'm going to pull up what her MLS number is for her listing. So you have to have an MLS number to do this, which you do when they're off market. It just won't populate it correctly until it's active. But we can get it ready. So here's her MLS number. So if you know anybody looking to buy. Okay, so I come over here and I enter her MLS number and I say search. This is funny. Okay, here it is. It just went to the right one. So I select this. And then why is it creeping ever so slowly across the page? That's so funny. At the bottom, you can see here's all the different pictures. You can pick which picture you want to be your main picture. So maybe I want this picture of the family room to be the main one. I'm going to hit save and apply. The beautiful thing is that it's going to actually just put them on a carousel and scroll through all of them anyways. But look, it tells you how big the house is, bedrooms, bathrooms, your remarks from the MLS. And then down here, they can just carousel through all the photos. So, and then more details down here and a map of where it's located. Okay. So you can create single home landing pages and share this on your Facebook and Instagram and everything. I'll just say save it as what you save. And then it's on a branded website for you. So see right here, I already created that for her. That's the link that she would copy and post. And see, when people click on that, it just sends them to this page that's branded to Cindy. And then at the bottom, interested, let's talk. They can put their information in and she can get leads off of her landing page. So these are the types of things you're going to do your marketing, putting your listing out, doing all these things. You will do these things. So this is the link she would copy and then just paste it on her social media. So there you go, guys. Now I walked you through some command. Okay, you can put it on the Facebook Market page. You can put it on KSL. You can run a just listed Facebook ad. Let me show you Cindy's because we did this one. You'd go to campaigns, the megaphone. Gotta love the interwebs here. Okay, paid ad. So Cindy had this paid ad. So she did a paid ad for Wells. That was her last listing. It was on 973 pages. It got 3 clicks. She got 1 lead. She paid $30. She listed it out of state, 876 pages, 15 clicks, 2 leads. This one was in state. It was 1,368 pages, 5 leads, $30. So you can see here from running all these ads, she got 8 leads off this one, 2 leads, 3 leads, 11 leads. So you can just see these different 11 leads. So you can run ads through here. All right, let's go back. Okay. Then we will order your listing home warranty that covers your seller's house while the home is listed, like water heater goes out, things like that. So your clients aren't out the full expense of that. They just pay a co-payment essentially. They can get the house rekeyed. There's lots of different things that a listing home warranty provides to them. Create a custom property webpage. We just went over that. You can get the MLS sign writer at the front desk. It's called a dot signal sign writer. And people, when they drive by, can text and get more information about your house. You can get leads of unrepresented buyers off of that. So it's your responsibility to go put that on your sign. And then you have to email the front desk a picture of the sign with your MLS number. We will send the seller an email that says your listing is live with a full copy of their MLS report plus the link to their listing so that they can go post it on their social media. If it's wintertime, shovel the driveways and sidewalks for showings. Ritz, we can delete this one. Sell out the seller under contract intake for JG coordinating. We don't do that anymore. You just email us, just change this one, Ritz, to email JG coordinating the accepted contract. So then you will email us your contract that you accepted. You will have gone over the offers with Riley or I. We'll help you go over those. You could even put that before Ritz. Go over offers with Coach or Jen. Update the stage and command. We will do that for you. We will update the status on the MLS for you to either under contract or backup. When you see things that have a status as backup, what that means is they're accepting backup offers. So if the primary contract falls through, then you would immediately go with that backup offer. We will confirm all signatures. We'll send copies to the title company. We will send them the MLS printout. We'll obtain a copy of the earnest money receipt from the buying agent. We'll include the buyer's agent contact information. We'll include seller contact information. We'll send the sellers an introductory email with the contract terms and next steps. We will send the buyer's agent an introductory email. We'll attach the seller disclosures, HOA docs. We'll ask them for the earnest money receipt. We'll send them fully executed copy of the contract in lead-based paint, a copy of the PR. We'll request, it's my family. I allow them to call through. I shouldn't, annoying people. Request the inspection time and we'll add that to the calendar. We'll create calendar reminders. Remember, you have to accept these for them to go onto your calendar. We'll send you earnest money deadline, seller disclosure deadline, buyer due diligence, financing and appraisal, when the inspection is, when the appraisal is, when settlement is. So we will send you calendar invites for photos, sign install, everything. You have to accept them. They'll go to your email address. Did you get tons of emails from us, Tyler, when you're under contract? Mm-hmm. Yep, tons. We will send weekly emails to title and lending, asking them for updates. We will fill out your commissions tab. A great idea when your client goes under contract. Usually all of this stuff that I'm going over right now happens in the first 24 hours of you going under contract and you letting my team know. We will do all of that stuff in the first day. A great idea is to send your sellers a little gift. Send them a little crumble. Take them. I had an agent yesterday who took their clients' moving boxes and some packing tape from Home Depot, just like 6 moving boxes and a roll of packing tape, but it's just a little something because they're now going to be moving. They're under contract. So it's just a little something that sets you apart. We will get the earnest money receipt. My team will follow up and get the inspection time. We'll follow up on loan approval. We'll confirm appraisals ordered. We'll follow up on due diligence requests. So when we send you an email that says, do you need a resolution of due diligence? That means, is there going to be an addendum that goes over any repairs that are needed? Now, we would generally ask that to the buying agent, but you might know as the listing agent, if the buying agent has reached out and said, could your seller do these repairs and your clients agree, then we're going to need to get that resolution of due diligence from the other side to have your client sign. So just always loop my team in if something's coming so that we have a heads up. 7 days before settlement, we're going to review the opportunity and the file and command. We're going to schedule settlement with title. We're going to send a calendar invite and reminder to your client and to you. Remember to follow up with a text to your clients. Just follow up with them, remind them. We're going to confirm a walkthrough if the buyer's agent's going to be doing a final walkthrough, and we'll let your clients know. Then Ritz, make this one red, order sign removal. My team will do that. Here it says deliver moving boxes and tape and stuff. You'd probably want to do that a little bit more than 7 days before settlement. So maybe Ritz, put that up above. A closing binder. You could give them all their documentation that they signed, a moving checklist, who to notify of their new address if they're buying, utility list, vendor list, all that kind of stuff. So you could take that over to them before they're closing. Prepare a closing gift, a handwritten note, a gift card to a favorite restaurant, Amazon, Home Depot, have pizza delivered for them if you know they're packing. So those are all the just ideas for things that you can do for them. We will send them reminders to leave all the keys and garage door openers and everything. You will arrange that with the other agent, how you guys are going to hand off keys for whenever possession is. And we will remind your clients of the inclusions and exclusions so that they make sure to leave those things. After settlement, we'll update command. You can change this to red, Ritz, confirm removal of sign and lockbox. We will do that. We will change the status on the MLS to close. If title reaches out to you directly to let you know it's funded and recorded, make sure that we know. Sometimes they don't email us. So just make sure to let us know. Just shoot us a quick text and say, hey, Jen, Callie, Carla, whoever's doing your file. Title, just let me know that my deal's funded and recorded. Update your client's contact card with their new address because they're clearly moving. Set them up on the monthly neighborhood nurture smart plan. Set an anniversary date for their deal in your command so that you can a year down the road say, oh, happy home anniversary. It's been a year since you sold with me. How are things going? It's a great way to follow up with people. Just sold mailers, you can do the postcards again and say, hey, I just sold this home in your neighborhood. Are you thinking of selling? Let me help you how I helped them. How did we do email? Send out a how did we do email to the other agent, to title, to lending, to your clients. I don't know what this campaign is, but obviously there's a campaign in here for referrals. So there you go. Milestone emails that you can send, a staging checklist, do's and don'ts for showings, buyer feedback, marketing summary, link to professional photos so they have a copy of their photos, utility checklist, loan status, title paperwork explaining that, homekeeper app. So these are just different things that you can send out to your client that we have available. Any questions on the process of doing a listing? Not all at once now.
Hey, I got some questions.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me? Cool.
Yep.
First question is, if we want to include other advertising websites such as like Zillow or Redfin, is there a cost associated with that, or is that a pretty easy thing to do?
You don't do it. It automatically populates.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, when you make a listing live, it says, can we send your listing out to third-party sites? We always say yes.
Gotcha. Good stuff. As far as costs associated with getting someone's house set up for selling, AKA paying for staging, paying for staging, cleaning their house, is that something that the homeowner would traditionally cover, or is it something the agent would traditionally cover?
Depends. Most agents cover staging and stuff like that themselves. You could say, if you watch that listing presentation from Peter and Riley, like I referenced back in March, Peter has like 3 plans that he presents at his listing presentations. If you're going to pay let's say a 4.5% commission total, this is what you're going to get. You're going to get a basic open house. You're going to get he gives examples of what his basic option is. Oh, if you're going to list for 5%, then this is what you're going to get. And if you list for a full 6%, we'll do a staging consultation. I'll get your windows cleaned. I'll have your house cleaned. You offer all these things because you know that you're going to be making a higher commission in the end. So you could approach it that way, or until you've done a couple of deals, you could not offer those things. I recommended to Riley that you guys do a field trip class and you possibly like go out to like one of my mom's or Susie Clyde's or Sid Lamone's listings, because they do staging, and have the agent take you through and say, these are things that you could help your clients do for staging that are relatively free. And then here's things that you can do, and here's the cost associated. So I thought that'd be really worthwhile type class for you guys to go and see what these agents are doing for their listings that are setting them apart.
Yeah, that completely makes sense. I was thinking like, yeah, you can kind of levy your position by purchasing more benefits for
Yep.
them and selling their house and use that to get a higher commission. That makes a lot of sense.
Yep, exactly. And it was funny because in the class on Peter's, I think his 6% plan, it says that you get a grand open house if you do a 6%. And somebody asked, well, what's the difference between a basic open house and a grand open house? And he said, balloons. So and I'm sure he's joking. I'm sure they do more, but have music playing out front. You can get the crumble cookies, this mini size. I put them in white solo bags with stickers on them, advertising the agents that I admin for, and they put 100 of those out. If they don't use them all, they stick them in the freezer and use them at the next open house. So a grand open house could have refreshments, balloons, music, air fresheners, 100 door flyers hung in the neighborhood. Like, you can delineate your basic open houses. I market it on the MLS. I show up, I do your open house. The grand open house for 6% is I have balloons. I put signs out. I do a paid ad on Facebook. I do this, that, and the other. A basic one, I just do a regular ad on Facebook. It's not a paid ad, so you can decide what's your basic package look like and what's your grand package look like. So you can sit down and go over those things and decide. And it's probably going to change throughout your real estate career. So yes.
One thing you did say in your, I think, Slack message, is this a new seller's checklist as opposed to, like, I know you had a new buyer's checklist that we've been going over for the last few months?
Well, we have a seller checklist that walks you through like the transaction aspect of it, like send Jen the offers to look over with you, put all the offers in the commissions tab. So that's more when you have offers on a listing. This one, we used to have this one and then we took it away and just did the flow chart, but people were really confused by the flow chart. So now we're back to this more checklist style. We're going to print this out and you're going to have it in your playbook as well, because this goes item by item by item, what you need to do and what my team does. We found that there was a lot of confusion between what you guys needed to do and what your responsibilities were for a listing and a buyer and what my team's responsibilities are. So that's why we went back to this checklist style. So anyhow, we're going to print these out. We're not going to have time today to go over the buyer one. We'll do that on Thursday. I'll have Ritz make those changes that I went over while we were meeting. Ritz, just let me know when you're done with them. And then we will print this out and have copies for you that you can grab and add to your playbook. Does that make sense? Sorry, I have 18 text messages, you guys. Oh, my husband's telling me that basically we can't do chicken for dinner, people, because my kids put the stuff in the freezer yesterday instead of the fridge. These are my first world problems with my family. Sounds like the Grays are eating dinner out. How does that sound? Anybody else's family want to join us? Oh, shoot. Okay. Any other questions on what you need to do for a listing and what we do for a listing? Okay. Any other transaction questions or case study questions? Okay, then hop on team meeting in about 30 minutes. They're going to be going over what if your listing doesn't sell in 24 hours? We never thought we would have to do a class like this. Who knew the market was going to get so crazy? We did not know. So Thursday, we'll go over how we just went over this listing checklist. We're going to go over what you have to do with a buyer. So we're going to do an in-depth dive into that. Plus, I'm going to confirm with Riley and Molly, but we're going to be transitioning to every Thursday. You guys can still always ask your transaction questions and case study questions, but we're going to be transitioning to on Thursdays where we go over some basic stuff with me every single Thursday. So you can always hop on and we're always going to be going over. I'm not going to say it because I want to confirm with them first, but we're going to always be going over these basic things like how to bulk upload your clients into Command, how to set up a smart plan. So we're going to always every Thursday be going over those things as well. So anyhow, all right, guys, have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Hop on team meeting and don't forget launch today, 12:30. Have your 411 done. Have your laptop ready. It's going to be more like a workshop. So hop on that as well.